The shiny Metang situation is beautiful. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and yesterday we witnessed one of the most painful things I've ever seen live on a stream while playing PokeMMO. Someone couldn't catch a shiny Metang, one of the rarest shinies in PokeMMO, a 2,000-hour hunt on average, plus it was their first shiny. They couldn't catch it, not because they messed up, not because of something wrong on their end, because they weren't prepared. No, it was because they were bugged. They could not throw a Master Ball. They could not throw any Pokeballs of any variety. They could not catch this Metang if they tried to their heart's content. And it was unfair, and it was frustrating, and the community was steaming. Now, thankfully, the community also used that energy to come together. They didn't get angry and just call people names. They didn't go attack the developers. They didn't go hopefully make forum posts or Reddit posts being all angry from what I saw. I saw most of the community coming together, figuring out, hey, what is this bug? Is it reproducible? Can we reproduce it? How do we fix it? How do we prove that this player lost a shiny to a bug? And a lot of people came together, people like Mist, people like Kuroshi, people like Danny with 6Ys. These people came together and they figured it out. And they replicated the bug via many different means, via things like Pokeballs, via just double battles in general. And we were able to reach out to the developers, reach out to the staff member. I was DMing Rach on Discord. I was DMing staff member Park. And we brought it to their attention. We saw it live. We added legitimacy to these claims, and I just got this response from Rach. Let's just go ahead and read it. Hi, I just wanted to let you know that we decided to compensate him with a new shiny Metang. Our policy is unchanged, but an exception was made due to the overwhelming amount of evidence of the encounter's legitimacy provided by staff members and reputable players, and the bug being reproducible on our end. Thank you again for reaching out when you became aware of the situation. It was just a whim that I became aware of the situation. It's just super lucky that I think Kuroshi, someone in chat said, hey, there's someone over at Glacial Chasm, sorry, or Giant Chasm, sorry, I'm getting my magic card and PokeMMO locations confused. Giant Chasm, and they have a shiny Metang and they cannot catch it. And I was like, what does that even mean? What does it mean they can't catch it? I'm gonna go over and check it out. So it's just a lucky situation that I was able to see it live. But unlucky situation that it happened at all, obviously. And we're fortunate that I tried to reach out. The devs communicated almost immediately. Rach was on this situation within 30 minutes, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to do whatever I can. Like, Rach was really responsive, and we really just cannot thank Rach enough for their involvement in the community. The number one thing that I always say is I wish we had more communication from the devs, and Rach has given us more communication from the devs over the past 2 years than probably the prior 10 years, or at least prior like 8 or so. They were a little more communicative at the beginning, if I recall correctly. So I can't just say, I just can't say thank you enough to Rach for actually helping the situation be resolved. And I do want to touch on, people always say, you know, this is an obvious situation. Why don't they just obviously compensate him? Or why don't they compensate? They have a policy. They don't compensate for shinies lost to a bug. And that sounds really brutal, but from their perspective, it opens up bad actors to being able to try their hand at, because there's no downside, try their hand at creating fake evidence via Photoshop or fake screenshots or fake, you know, whatever, right? Trying to create fake evidence to try their hand at getting a rare shiny. So then they would have to go into this investigatory process every single time for every single situation, which isn't the norm. This was a specific exception, which I think is super fair. This was the best case scenario. The best case scenario was, I respect and I understand your normal policy, and I understand why you have it in place. I do think that this is a situation that warrants an exception, and that's exactly what happened. And I'm just so happy to see this, and I'm so happy to see the result. I was so happy and proud. Danny brought it up yesterday, but I super agree. I was so happy and proud to see the community coming together to help this person. This wouldn't have been possible without the help of the community. And it's so easy in situations like this to just get caught up in rage, get caught up in your emotions, and just go riot and call the devs names and all these things. And you have to just stay calm. If you actually care about getting a positive result, which is what we did. I'm not trying to, like, you know, morally grandstand and say, oh, we should have done it. No, we did this. The community largely did this. And I'm just so amazed at how far we've come, and so amazed, so like happy and proud that the PokeMMO community did such a good job with this. Everybody handled it so well from what I saw. People were very respectful, and just trying to wait and be patient with what the devs had to say. And if they came back with a, non-compensation, we would have started a petition. We would have, made a polite but strongly worded forum post. I would have rioted in game, around, walking around. But it didn't have to come to that. They broke their own rules. They broke their norms. It made an exception because I feel like that's what fit this situation. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see. If you want to see the full recap of these events, if you have no idea, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, there will be a video linked in the description that goes over this whole Metang situation in a lot more detail, kind of breaking it down live and us slowly just learning more and more info as it went on, as well as if you want to learn how to avoid these bugs that could put you in a situation where you could not be able to catch a shiny. Danny just uploaded a video recreating the bug, showing you how to reproduce it, and also showing you how to avoid it. So that will also be linked in the description. The main things right now are, number one, delete Poke dolls from your inventory. Those can cause problems. If you accidentally click a Poke doll while in a double battle fight, you can just lock yourself out of the ability to catch a Pokemon, which is really, really scary. Only matters for shinies, of course, but that is really crazy. As well as stock up on revives. So I recommend deleting Pokeballs from your inventory and stocking up on revives. Revives are really, really important when shiny. I think I always have like 50 revives on me at a time. Revives are super, super important for being able to heal up your party. It was a situation where the player didn't have any Pokemon left alive and only had one Pokemon on his right slot, and it thought that his left slot was making an action when it wasn't. It was just dead, so he just couldn't catch the shiny, and it was obviously sad. That was a whole crazy thing, but I'm rambling, I'm getting off topic. Just check out the full situation if you haven't. Check out Danny's video on how to avoid these things, and just, I want to say thank you. Like, the biggest thing is just thank you to the devs for being so communicative and responding, and thank you to the community. Thank you to the PokeMMO community for being controlled, understanding, yet passionate. And that's all you can hope for in a situation like this. It worked out exactly how it should have. This was the best case scenario, and it's because of everybody's hard work in recreating the bug and everybody's knowledge of the game put into it. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you did not, subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon videos, watch the streams on YouTube and Twitch. I'll actually be live here in about an hour and a half or so. I go live Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that, and if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations do help out a ton, as well as a factor link will be in the description. But the main thing here I want to focus on is just congratulations to the player. Congrats to Giving. I'm just really, really glad we were able to give him back his shiny Metang. I can't end this video on a terrible pun. That's absolutely atrocious.